Hi folks, welcome back to the Carver's Woodshop. We're going to continue with the sitting people cone projects that I've been doing. I've done the fireman, the football player, the Mountie, and I did a Amish guy. And I didn't do this one online. We're not going to be doing this one since it's getting close to St. Patty's Day. We're going to do a Leprechaun. He'll look somewhat very similar to this, because when I did this at first, the hat was too high and you could have made this into a leprechaun, believe it or not. So you can do either or. Instead of doing one of the Amish one, I'll explain to you in this video how you can do an Amishman. It's just changing pretty well the bottom part of the where he's holding his tool there would be the only difference. Ours hopefully will hold a little pot of gold. Okay, so the Leprechaun is going to look similar to this, but his beard is going to be redder, and hopefully we'll have it somewhat similar to this. They all look a little different, so I really don't know what it will turn out to be, but I have a general idea. I say that on the onset of every project pretty well, because that's true. I really don't know. I have a general idea how the direction I want to go, but do I really have it pictured in my mind? No. Not a little bit, because I have this already in front of me, but this particular project was a lot of fun. I just did it one day and I thought I'm going to see if I could do an option. The hat takes a lot of work, just like with the Mountie. The Canadian Mountie took a lot of time to do the hat on that, and same thing with the fireman. So the hat's going to be basically the same, but it will be a little bit taller, hopefully, and a little bit more at an angle. We'll show you that as we go along. Now, I have the same size block, which is always the same regardless of when, or let me go down here and pick up the ruler off the floor where alright, it fell off the table the other day. All these blocks are the same size. They're about 3 1/4. Let me see here. Let me turn this around so you can see it. It's about 3 1/4 long, okay, by 1 1/2 by 1 1/2 block, and 1 1/2 by 1 1/2 at the top. And where we taper it off to the top, it's about 1 1/2 inches. Okay, so all that's the same. This will be very similar to the other one where we actually put his nose and stuff on. So I already kind of drew on exactly where I wanted the top of the hat to be. So I don't have everything on the table when I started. I have so many little tables in this room for different things. Alright. So we're going to go down approximately 3/4 of an inch for the top of the brim of the hat. Okay, so that's where we're going to start. We're going to put our brim of the hat, and on the back side it's almost to the very end where we taper it off about 1 1/2 inches down. Okay, 1 inch to 1 1/2 inches, and then we're going to go just about 3/4 on the sides, and then you're going to take your pencil and you're going to draw your lines as straight as can be from one to the other, and this will have the thing this this project tapering, you know, going in a downward motion, like at a slant. Alright, a lot of you seemed happy with the Mountie. I was happy to do that for my friends and family in Canada. I think you guys got a kind of a kick out of that, so I'm glad that you were able to enjoy that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go about maybe 1/8 of an inch or so, 3/8 of an inch. I think that's 1/8. A little more than 1/8, but you can always trim it down a little bit after you get it done. If you make it too thin to start with, it can chip out on you and stuff. So the very first cut we're going to do is we're going to do at the top of the hat. We're going to slant it down a little bit, okay, along with the line. So let's do that. Okay, we're going to just get our reference points here. Alright, so you don't want to go too crazy with it. We're going to follow that line along with our knife. See the direction Just go straight in. And again, here we're going to go up, okay? We go up a little bit. We're going to slant it upward. So, take this. This is the back side, of course. And we're going to do this here. Alright, now the other thing we're going to do is we're going to slant the hat back. So the next thing I'm going to do before, well actually I'm sorry, let's go back to this. We're going to match these lines up. Now if you really want a nice straight line, you're going to use your blade, kind of put it in there a little bit, put a little pressure with the thumb, and then you'll have a little line there to follow. Okay, of course my knife didn't follow that like it should, but you get the idea. And then you're going to undercut from the bottom up. You're going to just undercut that. Alright, cut that out a little bit. There we go. So we get an idea where this hat's going to be. You're going to do all four sides this way. There's a little dark spots here and there, but that's okay. It's going to be painted anyway, so don't worry about it. We'll cover those with the paint. I know basswood is kind of funny. You can't, it's clear piece, and sometimes you can get a piece with no brown spots at all. This has a little brown spot in it, and it's okay. Might throw you off looking at it, but it's really nothing to be concerned about. Because if you're going to paint it and put the washes of paint on there, it's not going to make that much difference. Okay, so. And we're going to do the same thing with the top part of the brim. I'm going to alright, so that gives us our reference point. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to start trimming this off. We have this kind of at an angle here. Alright, we're just going to take this, the hat's going to come up here, okay? And it's going to come over here. This is looking from the side. And then we're going to kind of cut this portion out. So all this is going to be taken out. Right? This is all going to be taken out here. And this is going to be taken out. So, and that's a side view. Now, like I mentioned in the other videos, I always try to get a good side view, a profile of my project. I find that once I get that into place, the front and the rest of it falls into place. Not very often do I do a front profile and then do the sides. I always do it from the side to the front. So I look at it from the side and I decide what I think needs to come off of here. So this wood looks a little dark. It's because I sprayed it with a solution of make sure you have your glove and your thumb guard on when you're doing this project, of course. I failed to mention that in the beginning. I have it posted on my site and in my DVD box that you should always wear one. So please, every project it's the same. You should have a thumb guard and a glove on. This wood's a little grainy, as you can see, but we'll keep going at it here. But the solution that I use is this mix of rubbing alcohol and water, 50-50, and I spray it with that, and it works pretty well. We'll be right back.